Remember, athletes, it's about consistency first, then intensity. Transformation is about changing who we are through our habits. Your path to success, it's a journey. You are unstoppable. You are an athlete. Every day that we wake up able to enjoy the day with the health that we have is a gift. You know, the goal is to become 1% better every single day. Your workout is done and your results are there. Unleash that unstoppable force within you. Welcome back, athletes. We've got a 7-minute arm workout to do today, and all you need to follow along are just a couple of pairs of dumbbells. Today I've got a medium weight and a lighter weight for me, and you also need an elevated surface, so a bench or a chair. Now, it is a wild card workout, so we've got 7 different movements. We're gonna work for 45 seconds. We are resting for 15 seconds, and I'm only letting you know what's coming up in that 15-second break. All right, athletes, so let's go through the first movement. Today we're gonna start off with dips. Now, dips here, we're gonna stay nice and close to our bench or our couch. The further we are away from our bench, then the more torque and strain there is on the shoulder. Now, you could straighten out the legs to make this a little bit more challenging for you, or you can bend your knees. But what's really important is that on every descent, the shoulder passes the elbow, or just at least comes to that same line. So if we're doing dips up here, we don't have full range of motion. We wanna find a position where we can create full range of motion. All right, athletes, now let's get started. Starting off with those dips, working for 45 seconds and resting for 15 seconds. Keep those dumbbells close by. In 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, so again, find that position that makes the most sense for you. What's really important is that you stay nice and close here. If you feel that you're starting to strain a little bit in the shoulders, you're really feeling the shoulders, then just back it up a little bit. So go all the way down, and then push to come back up. Remember, again, we could bend the knees to modify, but try as best as you can to just wait all the way to that very last second to modify. Sometimes we have it way more in us to keep pushing than we actually think. That's it. So just find that pace. I'm already feeling my arms, but you notice I've slowed down because we're almost done. We got 5 seconds, and I really want to just keep at it. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, come off those arms a moment. Now, go ahead and grab the lighter pair. We're going to now switch to a front and lateral raise. So squeeze the glutes together, bring that belly button in a little bit by driving the pubic bone to the belly button, and then just alternate. So notice I'm not moving my torso, okay? So really squeeze the glutes. When we squeeze the glutes, we stabilize the core and slowly just lift up. Alternate. See, I really am doing my best to stay in the midline, really thinking about the shoulder blade, that I want to draw the shoulder blade back and down. Again, squeeze the glutes, drive that pubic bone to the belly button to stay nice and straight, and then really making sure we're also not jerking as we start to fatigue. All right, so if you're starting to fatigue and these weights are starting to become a little bit heavy, bend the elbows rather, and you're gonna see that you've shortened the moment arm, and then lighten the load. All right, break. Okay, very nice, athletes. Rest the arms a moment. We're gonna now grab our heavier weights, and we're gonna do a curl and press. So it's gonna be a hammer curl. So again, I wanna bring the pubic bone to the belly button, squeeze the glutes. I'm gonna curl, I'm gonna press, then I'm gonna bring the arms back down with control. So imagine that your elbow is super glued to your body, especially as you drive the weights down. Now, as we spoke about in the earlier exercise, if we're doing this, all right, it's too heavy. So really isolate just the arms by engaging the rest of the body to do so. And you'll notice you don't need to go so heavy. If you've got a heavy weight, but you have to use your entire body to create momentum so that you can drive that weight up overhead, then it's likely too heavy. And it actually steals away that capacity to progress and sets us up for some injuries. All right, good work. And break. All right, athletes, we're gonna drop the weights a moment. Next, we've got a bent over row. So using those exact same weights with the back flat, we're gonna bring the weights right to our chest. Now, if you're really feeling your back on this one, just follow me with an upright row. It does change the muscle just a bit. However, what's really important here is that the back is not strained. Now, in my forward position, I also want to look straight. And if you notice, I'm keeping my elbows neutral. So I'm not up here and I'm not bicep curling. I'm really drawing the elbows back and then thinking about the shoulder blades, staying back and down. And now I'm driving my knees out as well. So drive your knees out. And as we drive our knees out in this position, we get to use the glutes a lot more. So just focus on the move. Just do a few more seconds here and break. All right, good work. Now relax the shoulders just a moment. All right, athletes, now from here, we're gonna go ahead and grab the lighter weights again. We're gonna bring the elbows just to the side of the body now, and then try to keep the elbows in that same position and same line as the body. This is external rotation that we're gonna use not only to stabilize the scapula, the shoulder blade, and strengthen the rotator cuff, but also to work on this movement that we don't oftentimes get to do. So our arm in general is very vulnerable in this abducted position, so that's when my arm is open. And especially in this position, this is the position where we actually dislocate the arm. And so using very light weight, we want to actually stabilize and strengthen the joint in this very vulnerable position. And that's it. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, good work, athletes. Now, we're gonna come now to that upright row. So we've done a bent over row. This time we're gonna do the same thing, but it's gonna be an upright row. 3, 2, 1. Again, I want you to think about driving that pubic bone up to the belly button and then squeezing the glutes. And then if you notice, I'm not bringing the weights up like this. I'm really pulling as if I was trying to start my lawnmower rather. So I'm leading up with my elbows. And if you notice that I stop just below the collarbone, so I don't need to go higher than that. And then again, on my way down, it's complete control. That's it, keep breathing. I'm starting to feel those shoulders like cray-cray, so I know you are too. That's it, athletes. A few more seconds here. Don't lose form, squeeze the glutes, continue to breathe. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, bend forward, keep the back flat always whenever we put those weights down. All right, athletes, go ahead. Now grab your weights one more time. We're gonna come back into that bent over position, and this time we're going to do flies. So again, to keep the back straight, I drive my knees outward. So instead of having my knees collapse, I really push my knees out. And again, I don't wanna jerk to drive the weights overhead. If I'm doing that, it's too heavy. So just think about perhaps bending the elbows just slightly if you're feeling like it's too heavy. And then use those shoulder blades to really reinforce the movement. So shoulder blades back and down. That's it, continue to breathe. We're almost done here. We've got 15 seconds. Watch the back if you're feeling like you're starting to straighten out a little bit. Remember, fold forward, find that spot in front of you to keep the back straight. And again, you notice how I continue to stay in control on the way down. And in 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, good work, athletes. We made it. So 7 minutes, and look, that's all we need to work the arms. That's really all it takes, and of course, consistency. So if you have it in you, repeat this one more time, or check out the link I have for you to complete today's training. Now remember, I love to hear how this went for you, so comment below. Tell me how you like this, what else you'd like to see. Remember also to like this video, and if you're new here, subscribe so that we can keep training together. All right, athletes, now let's go refuel, rehydrate, and let's meet in the next one. You got this.